Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has dared Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a live debate and also bring his teleprompter along with him. Now, this after she took a strong exception to the Operation Bengal remark, which was made by Prime Minister Modi yesterday during his Bengal trip. Now, Mamata has called it an insult to the people of the state. She said, and I'm going to quote her what exactly she said. Mamata, Modi has disrespected the women of Bengal. We respect everyone, but not at the cost of our own self-respect. How dare he say Operation Bengal? If that is the case, call elections tomorrow. We are ready. She is also fired back over BJP's accusations about lawlessness in Bengal by pointing to recent controversies which involved the BJP leaders. So this Mamata's dare versus Modi's rhetoric has basically trumpeted the election bugle. But what is the situation on the ground if early elections are called today in West Bengal? So we'll try and discuss this. Joining me now is Trinamool Congress spokesperson Shubhankar Bhattacharya. Thank you so much, Shubhankar, for joining. We have Samir Purkaistha, who's the senior editor with the Federal and covers the entire Northeast. Thank you so much, Samir. And I'll start with Samir so that we can put the things in perspective, and then we can have Shubhankar to respond to those things. Samir, how would you really read Mamata's reactions yesterday? It was like it was at a feverish pitch. She got a lot of media traction because of what she spoke. That she dared Modi into bringing a teleprompter, coming for a live debate, and almost like saying like "Himmat hai to chunav aaj kara ke dikhao." So this is the kind of comments which she made. And it was a clear riposte to what Prime Minister Modi said. So how would you read the comments?
See, ever since the Operation Sindhu, the TMC and particularly Mamata Banerjee was very cautious not to say anything against the government or the operation per se. And if you remember when this controversy broke out over sending of delegation, particularly about the choice of the members from the opposition parties. So initially, when Yusuf Pathan's name was, suggested, the TMC, though.
Your voice, I think there's some problem in the audio. Samir, can you hear me? Okay, so we'll wait for Samir to come back. In the meanwhile, I'll come to you, Shubhankar. Now, Shubhankar, if I may ask you, was it just an empty dare? Or many people say that, oh, it could be a fixed match between Trinamool Congress and BJP. Modi has said his part, Mamata has said her part, and now the people will forget. How would you really read Mamata's comments made yesterday?
See, Niruji, the thing is that I guess the election has started way before it was expected. And thanks to the BJP and Modi ji that they have kept the TMC really on feet. And I guess, with Bengal, the thing is very different, like it is happening in Bihar. There is election in Bihar, there is election in Bengal. Now, Modi ji's best chance is getting this Operation Sindoor, to be used as a branding instrument for at both the places. So this comes as an added benefit for Modi ji. Whereas Mamata ji is also searching for some, some notion to fight. But at the very same time, Operation Sindoor is a strong notion for BJP, no doubt. But at the very same time, do they really want to use it for the election purpose? That is one question. Of course. If not, why do you think that Modi ji's corporate friends were after getting the IPR of Operation Sindoor the moment, Operation Sindoor was actually there? Now they say that Operation Sindoor is on. It's not over yet, right? The DGM is still saying that Operation Sindoor is still on. It's not over. But do you think that this is where exactly what we are trying to represent globally? When you are going into the global representation, you are showing that you are a peace-loving country, and you're not involved into anything that can actually push into any war-like situation. But then, Operation Sindoor for Modi ji comes like, if he doesn't use it, it's still on. So that momentum has to be used for the Bihar election as well as for the West Bengal election, and that is what Mamta ji has said. See, if if we become very narrow-minded and just take it by the words only, it might feel a little bad that see why these guys are trying to undermine operation that was such a great success for Indian Army. But now it is not being used for the Indian Army. The Indian Army didn't care for the name. It could have been Operation anything, and I guess the Indian Army could have fought with the same valor that they have done. So the thing is, all the
What
branding,
did
the
Mamta?
name.
No, but Chumanka, tell me, what did Mamta not like? Did she not like the usage of the word Operation Bengal? Because everywhere I'm reading that she took a strong objection.
Exactly, exactly,
How dare
exactly.
she
Because
say
it is being
Operation
said in
Bengal?
the same tone. Because
Hmm.
Niluji, it is being said in the same tone. And if you understand, the BJP has always, played this political gimmick that they always try to show the India-Pakistan fight in the same color of like Bangladesh and India, right? Now the situation has become like that. With West Bengal, there has been always, I tell you that, in fact, if you go to my forefathers, we might also be having some setup in West Bengal as well. I mean, Bangladesh as well. So the thing is, the situation earlier before Sheikh Hasina left, it was not like that. But now, the West Bengal election is going to be fought against the same backdrop of Bangladesh.
Right.
And when they
Okay.
say Operation West Bengal, they are actually talking in the same tone like they are talking about Operation Sindoor.
Hmm.
So what are they thinking? Are you
Right.
considering West Bengal to be Pakistan? You're fighting the same war like Pakistan. Come
Hmm.
on, whom are you making fool of? So this
Hmm.
is one thing which Modi ji has to be, he has to be very clear. Now he has tried all the gimmicks. Last election, you have seen Modi ji just imitating Rabindranath Tagore. He came up with a beard and all those round glasses and everything, and that idea failed. There was a narrative, "Do mai didi gai." It didn't happen like that.
No, but are
After
you are you
even
seeing
before
somewhere that
2024,
no, Shubhankar, but are you seeing that Modi or probably the BJP is trying to build a new narrative in West Bengal through Operation Sindoor?
of course, listen to what Sukant Mojumdar said today. He
Hmm.
just see now it is see Modi ji. What Modi ji is doing, he just gives it. It's just like at the start of the race, you hear that bang. It is just like that bang. After that, the whole the entire followers in the West Bengal lobby, they're after the same this thing, and they know that kitna mirch masala dalna and how much they have to push in the fire, and that is what they are trying to do. Sukanta Mojumdar, what did Sukanta Mojumdar say today? Will drop Mamata Banerjee and his party will drown her in the Bay of Bengal. What kind of language? Now, we have actually, when it comes to the discourse, we have fallen down so low that at least, in the regime of BJP, now it is just like, I don't know, I used to hear that classroom politics and everything. Now it is happening in the entire nation. You're calling your opposition parties names, but yet you want the MPs in your delegation of foreign representatives. Modi ji should not have. He should have respected. He's a prime minister of the country. He should not be talking about the other political parties when you are trying to show the world that all the political parties over here have come together in a unison when it comes to India, when we are fighting for India.
Hmm.
But
All right.
when you're fighting
Okay.
election, you are just contradicting it by saying that, oh, see, the TMC is against Operation Sindoor, the Congress is against Operation Sindoor, the All India alliances are Operation Sindoor. What is this? Now you
Right.
are just,
All right.
giving. Yeah.
Right. Now, let me. Samir got disconnected earlier. Samir, I was asking you that how would you read Mamta's comments, which she made yesterday, of saying that call elections early. Now, is Mamta Banerjee so confident that if elections are held early, uh, can really TMC do very well? Is she so confident? And why do you think she made a comment like that yesterday?
See,
Almost very.
Mamata Banerjee's politics is always, she is at best when she is in attacking mode. And as I was saying, that after this Operation Sindoor, she and her party were little circumspect and were not criticizing the government. even when there were some misunderstanding over the choice of choice of the member who was to be part of this global outreach. So the TMC didn't make it much of an issue, and when Abhishek's name was suggested, they immediately agreed and sent him for the delegation. But yesterday, this BJP state president Sukanta Majumdar made a mistake by saying that a similar Sindur-like operation will be carried out in Bengal. So basically, and TMC was prompt to latch up to this opportunity to go on an attacking mode, because Mamta is best when she is attacking. She is like a Shehwag. If you ask her to defend, she is not good at it. She is she is at her best when she is on an attacking mode. And yesterday, BJP gave an opportunity for her to be in her to be in herself, and she as we all know that she went on an all-out attack and even made some personalized comment against prime minister. uh, so basically, yesterday's rally has set the tone for the ensuing assembly elections, and it is apparent from the tone and tenor of both the parties that they are going to fight again the elections on the issues of this nationalism, or this Hindu Muslim issues, communal politics. And this binary which they are setting so far has brought electoral dividend to the TMC, and and TMC is too happy to play to this narrative, because immediately, when BJP rake up the issues of nationalism, it's give TMC an opportunity to counter it with Bengali subnationalism, as it has already started since yesterday. We have seen that TMC has interpreted the BJP statement as an this thing affront to the Bengalis, and they said that BJP is insulting the entire community, equating them with terrorists. Narrative building has started. And if you see yesterday's prime minister's speech, out of 22 odd minutes, around 8 minutes he spoke on Sindhus, and another 5 to 6 minutes he spent on communal issues. So basically, the message was clear that BJP's poll narrative for the 2026 elections will be this Sindhur, and also this Hindu-Muslim issues, centering around recent Murshidabad incidents, and also the
No,
communal
but
clashes
is
in
it going to
Bangladesh.
be, Samir? I want to ask you. You raised the issue of Modi's nationalism versus the sub-nationalism of Trinamool Congress. Now, will it be a challenge for Mamata Banerjee to offset the nationalistic fervor with the sub-nationalism, or it'll come easily and it's going to have a lot of takers in West Bengal when you pitch the nationalism versus the sub-nationalism of Bengal?
See, like in after the Pulwama in 2019, we have seen that it did help BJP to get its best ever tally in Bengal. Uh, and this time, but this time the situation was a little different than the Pulwama, because despite this, the success stories of Sindoor operation, people are not that convinced, because it is not so comprehensive victory. And we had to, yesterday Mamata Banerjee also in an oblique reference referred to the way the ceasefire was announced, by US President Donald Trump. So there are this time the people are not very enthusiastic over India's achievement, and particularly when we had scaled up our stake, claiming that we'll take POK and all these things. So against the backdrop of all these developments, the success of the Sindoor was not as created as much hype as the air strikes or the surgical strikes in Pulwama did. So in any case, nationalistic fervor was not very high, and and on top of that, the BJP has given rake up a new issue by stating that similar operation will be carried out in Bengal. I don't know what he actually meant by saying this kind of by making such provocative statement. But the TMC is quick to pounce on it, and twisted it and gave it a Bengali nationalistic twist. So the BJP is clearly at the back foot as of right now, and today also, they committed further this thing. They had committed a further self goal, but by putting sindoors on some women police officials during a protest in Hooghly districts. But the more they indulge in this kind of controversies, this is kind of they
No,
are
and also,
lightening
also
the
what she,
seriousness of this.
Samir, also the personal comment which she made about Prime Minister Modi, and then telling the people, and the way she said it, that bit is quite viral. That why is he giving sindoor to all women, and sindoor is supposed to be given only to your wife? So that kind of a comment. Is it really going to have takers, in Bengal when with these personal comments as well? Because it does strike the chord somewhere, and
No,
especially
see,
when they're playing around with the word sindoor.
no, but see, by today, like further taking the issue further, the BJP started putting sindoors on police officials and all. So you are basically making the whole issue very light. This is a serious national security issue, and you are dealing it as an event. So people are not liking it, and the way this entire operation, success of the entire operation was politicized. TMC was itching, waiting to this thing to make it a political issue, and just because of the sensitivity involved around this entire thing, they were little circumspect and were not at going all out. But now the opportunity has given. The BJP has first started it, so the TMC
No,
has
but this
followed
is
it up.
quite
And
obnoxious.
the
No, but Samir, this is quite obnoxious of putting sindoor on the policeman, what you said. And Prime Minister Modi also used the word political holy. Now, the word political holy, now, is it like a repercussion of what he said? And now today we are seeing sindoor being splashed over all across?
Yeah, this is a wrong political move on the part of the BJP. But the problem with the BJP is that, see, they have their own problem. This because in Alipurduar, where Prime Minister addressed a meeting yesterday, one of their top leader, John Barla, recently joined TMC. In yesterday's program, Dilip Ghosh was absent, and later on he said that, okay, I'm a small fry. These kind of meetings are for big leaders and all this. So clearly he was not very happy the way he was treated. So to keep the party together, because the BJP, the current lot of the BJP, they're only the glue which stick them together is the hatred for a particular community. And so unless and until they play up these kind of issues, they won't be able to galvanize their cadres and members and functionaries. So to do that, they, despite knowing that this is not, helping the party as much as it did in some other parts of the country, because in subsequent elections after 2019, if you see the graph, the BJP's graph is going down. So clearly, this kind of rhetoric has not worked. But the BJP, the problem for the BJP is that they don't have any other issue, and also don't have a tall leader to match
So
Mamata Banerjee.
yeah, so you are saying that if
So
elections are called on early, then BJP is on a weak footing. Does that mean in West Bengal currently, if elections at all are called in early, then is BJP on a weak footing this time then?
yeah, see, in last year, when BJP went for a membership drive, initially it was not getting much response, and then when things went wrong in Bangladesh, and there were reports of lots of atrocities against Hindus, particularly the way this ISKCON monk was treated there, it had gave some kind of tailwind to the BJP, particularly in the bordering areas of Bangladesh. Like in Hooghly district, Hooghly, Nadia, then in Dinajpur, all those areas. But somehow, playing these issues,
I
by
think,
giving too much
yeah.
emphasis on this issue, the BJP has in between has lost momentum, and then even in Bangladesh now the atrocities
No,
against
but
Hindus
you
has
you
gone
said
down.
that let me come to Shubhankar. You said the BJP had lost the momentum, but if you look at Prime Minister Modi's speech yesterday, Shubhankar, he was talking about lawlessness, corruption. Now, are these things which can be discounted? Because I don't think, I mean, there are several instances where lawlessness is seen in West Bengal. There are several instances various leaders who are seen neck deep into corruption. Uh, I mean, what is wrong then if Prime Minister Modi raises these issues? Yes, Shubhankar.
Niluji, Niluji, let's not go around hitting the bushes, right? I'll give some teeth to the entire discussion over here, right? Because there's no debate because we all are talking the same sense out. Now, let me say that you all have read Macbeth. So today, let me become that witch, who comes up and get three prophecies over here. So let me give you three prophecies. How the future election in the West Bengal going to be? There are going to be three things. Number one, Bangladesh issue. Now you start reading a lot of Bangladesh news on newspapers. All of a sudden, a lot of Bangladesh things will come up. After India-Pakistan war, after Operation Sindoor, now there will be something, which is because already, the Bangladesh and India, this thing, the relation has gone so already. So now what they will do is that they'll rake it up and they'll show that since the Bengal shares this larger border with Bangladesh, so you need to safeguard it, and there has to be a very safe government in the place. So TMC is not the right party over there. So we are the people who can handle it. Number one. So that is the Bangladeshi backdrop. The second is, of course, the communal politics that they can always play over there, having I think the largest number of minorities over there because it comes to 28% as per the 2011 census. Now it must have grown by 2 or 3%. So let us say even if it has gone to say 30%, what the BJP is showing. I'm just giving you the figures what that the BJP is showing over there, right? So they will be, playing the communal politics over there that they have already been doing. Take the Murshidabad issue because some will say that Murshidabad was orchestrated by the state government. Come on, what kind of rubbish it is? Which state government would like to have such kind of communal right in their own state? Do you think that any right that has taken place in Muzaffarnagar or say in Kasganj area, so that was orchestrated by the BJP? So that again is the thing. And the third is pseudo nationalism. The pseudo nationalism, I won't call it this. There is nothing called sub nationalism or this thing. Nationalism is nationalism. There can be pseudo nationalism, which BJP is playing, and they're playing it wonderfully well. They have played it in the past, and they'll do it again.
So Operation Sindoor comes to them as a, you can say, it's just like the trump card in a pack of cards, So they have already the joker in the hand. So what happens over here with Operation Sindoor, it has become an instrument for them to fight an election in the area where they don't have any development plan. Double engine ki sarkar, double engine ki sarkar, double engine ki sarkar. What kind of narrative is this? Double engine ki sarkar is nothing. It is a blackmail. It is a simple blackmail that if you have our government in the state and in the center, then only you'll see a proper development. Else, you're not going to see. But there are buyers for it as well. So,
No,
anyways,
but you,
so
but
that
Subhankar, you do admit the fact that Operation Sindoor will give a momentum to BJP. What Samir said, that BJP lost the momentum, so that lost momentum now BJP will recover through Operation Sindoor. Now, is that
they
a
will,
challenge now for Trinamool Congress?
of course, let me not chew my words. Of course, and I'm saying that even Trinamool has to be very careful on this. They have to play very careful on this front. Because when it comes to nationalism, then you see that particular divide. You create a new kind of narrative. Now it's not a narrative, it's becoming a rhetoric now. So see, the game started from the point when the corporate beneficiaries, the corporate friends came up front trying to bind to Operation Sindoor IPR. What was the sense of it? What was the sense of it? The DGMO is saying, please don't make it, a Game of Thrones. What we see on. But this had become like that. The, do you think that we did provide any support to the military, to the government, when you allowed all the national channels go on air with all those kind of baseless, and I don't know what I should call them. All I'm sorry to use that word, but those are all bullshit news. But still, it was running on and on and on. There was no control over it either from the government. In fact, Ashwani Vaishnav came on front and he really appreciated those news channels as well. He said that, wow, these news channels have played well in the war, and they are the fourth pillar of the constitution, and they have played their game well. So what kind of expectation do we have from a party like this? What kind of politics do you think that they are going to play in Bihar or Bengal? What have they done in Bihar? The next is Bihar election as well. Don't forget, just 1 year back, 5th July 2024, there was a news largely shown that within 17 days, in a span of 17 days, 12, 12 bridges fell. 12 bridges fell. Please check it. Everyone has, all your viewers, I'm requesting them, you all have the Google in your hand, check it. What did you call them? What kind of development plan or proposal are you going to reach the people out there? Until unless you have some instrument in your hand, just like Operation Sindoor, it came as a it said na कि वो बंदर के हाथ अंगूर लग गया. That is something like that. So now the thing is that you are
No,
playing.
so which
You
means,
have
so what you are saying, Shubhankar, from what you're saying, and then I'll take the concluding comments from Samir, that it, of course, Operation Sindoor has happened. There's a rampant politicization of Operation Sindoor, but then now Mamta is in a fix as to how she's going to build a new narrative for the elections, because this now 1 year, the entire 1 year will go in rampant politicization of Operation Sindoor. We'll see a new kind of
no,
nationalism.
Niruji, one little thing. Niruji, one
Yes.
little thing. See, here we need to understand Mamtaji's politics as well. Mamtaji has never been a very good spokesperson. She's never been a very good orator. But her connect with her area is very different. Number one, you need to understand that. If it came to oration, she failed in terms of oration in 2019, even in 2024. Yet in 2024, it was the second best performance in Lok Sabha ever. After 34, she got 29 seats, and 3 of the seats there was a difference of less than 10,000 votes. So this was her second best. So her connect with the people out there is not only about her oration, the way she speaks. It's not like only that. It's also when when Bengal was hit by the Amphan storm, He was one chief minister who was seen, stirring all those dates and dongas over there, distributing food personally, raising a sari up to her knees and going into the flood. You need you need that kind of temperament, that kind of people connect to do that. So she has developed that people connect. You go into the rural politics over there, or into the politics of the poor. Talk to the taxi people over there. Talk to the ferry walas. They'll tell you
Okay.
why Mamta is there to
Right.
stay.
Okay. So you are talking about the people's connect. You are talking about the way she connects with people door to door. Samir, my last question to you, and then we'll wind up the show. So, which means that Modi's nationalism might not remain so relevant by the end of next year, like when 26, when Bengal goes to polls. This wave of nationalism might not be so strong, and probably Mamta could come back with newer issues and a new narrative.
Yes, see, this kind of emotive issues don't last long. And as I was telling you, the BJP had got some momentum immediately after this, atrocities in Bangladesh, but gradually it also died down. Now, and now this over Murshidabad and Sindhu, they are trying to create some kind of hype, but these are known issue actually. These are very, and TMC is also very cautious not to give political mileage to the BJP. So they have sent their general secretary, national general secretary, as part of the delegation, and Abhishek was very vocal in all in all his interactions with the foreign dignitaries. And the DMC has been making it sure that whatever Abhishek said, it's get publicized in Bengal. They have been regularly issuing press statements highlighting the Abhishek speech. So the TMC is very cautious that the BJP doesn't take full advantage of this Operation Sindhu, and repeatedly reiterating that we have all the opposition parties supported the government. And yesterday, by politicizing this issue, the BJP has given a chance to the TMC to punch hole in their narrative. Now the TMC will say, since you have already politicized, let us also question what made you to abruptly call off the operation when we were having the upper hand. So this kind of question will arise now, and this will become part of election narrative. And so long as these narratives are restricted to this kind of emotive issues, and not highlights on the real issues like the corruption. See, ever since the TMC came to the power in 2011, the party has embroiled in one after another corruption charges. First it was Sarda,
Right.
then it was Narda, then coal scam, kettle scam, job for cash scam. But none of these are sticking, because the state's principal political party is busy with the communal and emotive issues. So unless and until the real issues which affect the common people, unless and until they highlight these kind of issues, it is a for TMC, it's a very this thing comfortable situation for the party, because they are not having to answer for all this misgovernance.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll have to end it there, and we'll immediately after this begin the Hindi discussion on the federal. Thank you so much, Shubhankar and Sameer. Thank you very much for joining.